Michael's here, Justin, Bruce, Scott, and Colleen getting good points.
Started with the slant top table or step table. Then the drum table. Then went to frame panel chest. And a low boy. And I'm on the slant top desk.
And then the sixth one is?
And the sixth one is the armchair.
Oh, a chair.
I don't even want to look at that one.
That's going to be complex.
Yes, yes. I haven't even looked at that one yet. So.
And your name again was?
Ron.
Ron, thank you for sharing that.
Oh, no problem.
Are you okay?
The next project, it's usually something small, a drum table, a little spice box. Not even a spice box.
Stuff,
Or it could be, especially
It's
like
kind of, it has to look kind of with all the exact same, but it's
They're all uniqueness. So.
pretty much all unique in the same way. Like, we all use like certain ones, and all the joint down here is all the same.
Put it something like kind of make like the picture. He's like, no. Yeah. And then with the capital lights too, he gives us some like rules to go by.
So we got criticizing furniture.
Oh, yeah.
Angle or
Absolutely, yeah.
he's like, this isn't a king.
Yeah. No, yeah, he'll be like, your legs are kind of fat. And they'll look around and everyone will laugh at you. And it's fun. That's how it's like.
Yeah. These are perfectly square to the picture now. This little.
It moves parallel.
To help when people watch it.
So if you draw a line here, it's like parallel.
Oh, then you don't make this use your
Okay, so it's square. So that, yeah, no matter how your paper is, you're always drawing.
I said that there's so much on the forums and in the magazines and everything else about these
Fancy benches.
fancy elaborate benches, and I'm looking at all this stuff these guys are producing.
And how old do you think these benches are? Lots of use on those.
And that's
Spending a lot of money
the
on
bench I built
devices.
in my apartment. I did add a tool tray to the back because I could, and it was fine.
You did out of what?
I have a tool tray on the back.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah, like this, it's kind of nice here because the benches are small and they're simple, and so you learn on this, and so you never need more of this.
And that's what we were talking about. These are just simple. They've been here forever. And look at the things that are being produced. And
Yeah. And so
don't
you
need to
learn,
spend
you
the
don't get
entire year.
spoiled, and that's a lot of the stuff in the school. Tommy's always like, oh, they should have a full set of router bits and this and that, but at the same time,
this is reality.
they're trying to teach you, you're gonna have to kind of monkey the bits together to make your molding. Like you're not gonna have the best stuff, but you don't need it. Obviously, there's a way around everything. Yeah. And so I do like, and it's also nice because there's so many of us in here. You get used. The rule is the project has to fit on the bench, and so you get used to being able to work in a small
The space.
Not carve, but handle your 1-inch chisel for the finger notch. Obviously, you have to be able to do the dovetails, lay them out right, and everything. They just give you plans and say, okay, build it.
I still have that original big plan when I
Yeah.
built it. I still put my wood down and reference it,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and it's nerve-wracking because they call it a test. It's like the simplest thing, but they say, this is your test.
And you're also flattening with, you go through all the steps with that
yeah,
piece.
well, you
is that
flatten
right?
it on the machine.
On the machine, okay.
Yeah, but it does have to be flat. You can't just, skim it.
they actually pull out the stick.
They really go over that thing, and they knock it apart and make sure everything's good. You didn't cheat.
Get out there like gappers looking for.
My lid was too tight on mine.
I'm actually correcting a mistake right now. When I was using the marking knife in the square, on this joint the square slipped up, so my line
Oh, I see.
goes up, and well, we can't have that.
Yeah.
So I'm getting rid of the line, I'm going to rescribe it, and then just connect them across the front to make sure the shoulders are level, and hopefully cut some tendons that fit.
So yeah, it's a big trick.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of extra wood here, so this isn't going to affect anything.
So if you're going to have a mistake, that's going to be
Well, not
nothing
really.
you want.
Nothing you want. It's the most visible joint in the chair because it's the crest rail joints, and it's not two separate tendons. This is considered one joint because both of these shoulders have to be in plane with each other so that the crest rail closes.
Oh,
closes
yeah.
squares. If this one is slightly higher, it'll drive into this one. Or if this one is canted down, keep
Can't
this
that one? Yeah.
open. So it's a difficult thing, and we have to mark them together with a long straight edge. So we'll mark the shoulders this way by connecting these knife lines off the reference holes.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So you actually approach that as one joint.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've glued this all up. I got the seat rail and the stretcher all fit and glued up, glued the whole assembly, and then just treat this as one joint. And the splat joint too. There'll be a triple mortise in the
Oh, I
top
see
of the
where the
crest rail.
splat. Yeah.
They'll go in
Oh,
here.
very nice.
The goal is to get this mortise that will be in the crest rail for the top of the splat, and these two mortises, all of them to close at the same time and tight.
I gotcha.
It'll happen.
Against the sum of the flaps.
Yeah, that's, yeah, this
Right there.
taking the Steve.
Is this below your shoulder? Or your shoulder lower than that? No, it's lower. Did you get that one down to your shoulder?
No, I meant to trim this one.
Yeah. So basically, it's supposed to be just like that. Oh, it's just the tiniest bit of flap on which to register.
No, I don't do too much. Personally, right? Comes in over small.
Sometimes I end up at about half. But I never want my tool to end up at the very bottom, certainly don't want it to end up at that. So I accommodate my residents. Show you how high I get this metal. I actually had to, yeah.
Structures like this. This is like an 18th century structure. And not much in the inside. But yeah, so we learn this and we learn like a 15th, 16th century model. And a lot of it is so that we can understand books that we see in the future, you know, how they were made, particularly if we're going to do repairs on them. And some of it is just so that we can create books if we want to create them. And people go from this into many different directions. They might go to creating new books, they go into repair, they might go into conservation, they might go into paper, they might go into